Hey, this is Big Will again. You know how I do. I like to roll and holler at people and see what's going on in the world. Hey, I've noticed that if you want to get high, you want to take something that is that alters your consciousness. It's perfectly legal. You can get coffee, get caffeine, nicotine, more types of alcohol than I can name. So if you want to alter your consciousness for self-destruction, it's totally legal. But if you want to alter your consciousness for self-help, raising awareness and consciousness, that is illegal. Weed is illegal most places still. Shrooms are illegal. And DMT, which is in every single plant and animal on Earth, is illegal. These are consciousness-raising substances. But if you want to take something to self-destruct, you can do that. They got you. That's all legal. I say that to say this. There's a war on consciousness. Understand, the war on drugs, the war on crime, all these wars that they say are wars. The war on drugs is actually a war on black people and anti-war people. That was actually said by people from Johnson's cabinet. Johnson started the war on war. In fact, to get the war on drugs started, President Johnson dropped drugs in the black community. It was to disrupt the black community and the Black Panthers. Do the research. To keep the war on drugs going, Reagan dropped drugs in the black community in 85, 86 with the help of CIA and Freeway Rick Ross out of California. Do the research. These religious wars, these racial wars, all these wars are not really wars. They're battles in the war on consciousness. You guys get that? There's a war on consciousness. And all these other wars are just battles on different fronts of the war on consciousness. You start racism, so separate the races, so you won't think consciously. You put drugs in the community, get rid of that consciousness. I think this is not a popular opinion, but I think one of the worst things Black America did was integration. At that time, I know white America wasn't ready to integrate. That's proven by the riots that all those riots they did. I mean, they say don't riot now, but it's okay when they do it for their reasons. That's not important. That's right now. I'm sorry, where was it? Yeah, the riots. You got to realize they wasn't ready for integration, and we wasn't ready either. Integration was a bad idea because integration gave the people that hate us access to our children's learning. That's what it did. We're no longer raising revolutionaries. We're raising poop butts because we gave the people who've been writing laws against us access to our children's learning. That was fucking stupid. Maybe now with this coronavirus and a lot of people are doing homeschooling, maybe, we can change the tide a little bit. But that was, integration was a bad idea all the way around. And I'll tell you why. You see, with integration, black people had their own baseball teams, their own basketball teams. They had their own hotels, their own restaurants. Like, if you were black and you wanted to go do anything, you had to go to a black place because white places didn't serve you. So you had to go to a black place. So black people had everything. Our own schools, everything, because white folks wouldn't serve us anything. Now, they tore down all of our towns. They wouldn't serve us, didn't want us around them, but they tore down all of our towns, 65 of them, every one of them. They don't want us living around them, but they tore down all our neighborhoods. I don't understand that. How hateful are you that you don't want me near you, but you don't want me away from you and successful? That is the level of hatred that white America has for black America is so deep and insidious. It's a sickness. Not all. You got to say that because people are not all. The dummies that say shit like not all. Like, sadly, you have to say that disclaimer. But the hatred, the amount of hatred you have to say, I don't want you near me, but I don't want you away from me being successful. That is so insidious. But, so they tore it all down. And we still stay segregated, but we're forced to live in their neighborhoods now. So now we no longer have our own cities, they tore them all down. We don't have our own neighborhoods, they tore them all down. Now we're forced to live in their neighborhoods. And they hate us, so they're, rioting, they're picking us off, they're hanging us. And we said, hey, let's integrate with these motherfuckers. What the fuck? The more I think about Martin Luther King, the less I like the motherfucker. Integrate with motherfucker, and in that integration, we lost everything. There are no more black hotels, motels, and restaurants. Well, there's a few that just opened up, but the plethora of black restaurants, they're all gone. The plethora of black hotels, they're all gone. The plethora of black teams, they're all gone. We integrated with them, but they did not integrate with us. They didn't lose nothing. We lost everything in that deal. I'm tired of this abusive relationship with white America. I am. But we didn't integrate with them. They did not integrate with us. So black people lost everything. And white people, just stayed being white people. Now we're trying to rebuild again. This will be our third time trying to rebuild. Well, our fourth time. Because remember, when we came in as slaves, we lost everything. We built our own cities when slavery was ended. We lost everything because they tore them all down, 65 cities. Not just Tulsa. Seneca Village sits right under Central Park in New York. We built our own neighborhoods and tore them all down. We lost everything. So we had our own stuff in these poor neighborhoods that they relegated us to in their cities. And we integrated and lost everything. You see where this is going? Stop making deals with the devil. Now, I'm not saying all white folks are the devil. Please don't say that. I'm saying the ones who running shit are the devil. Stop making deals with them motherfuckers. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand. There are a great number of wonderful white folk out there. Now, I have to say, out of that great number of wonderful white folks, a lot of them are willfully ignorant. Some of them are just naive. Say racism doesn't exist, it's not a racist system, all that. Because the hypocrisy of white America astounds me. Not all, but the ones who sit there and say, go back to your country if you don't like the way America it works. Those are the same people who celebrate Patrick O'Henry for saying, give me liberty or give me death. But were he here right now, they'd say, go back to your country if you don't like the way it works. It sickens me how hypocritical people are. Go back to your country if you don't like the way it works. So what are you saying? Don't vote to make change? Isn't that what voting is for, to make change? Should we just all leave and not vote? And the people who say go back to your country are celebrating non-indigenous heritages. They are celebrating their Irish heritage and going on St. Patrick's Day. They're celebrating their Celtic heritage. They're celebrating their Jewish heritage. They're celebrating their Scottish heritage. They're celebrating their German heritage. But they're telling you to go back to where you came from. If you're not celebrating your indigenous heritage, shut the fuck up about going back to where you came from. People are sick. They have a sickness. Also, racism is not a black disease. Racism is a white disease. My white friends, please stop trying to make friends with black people. Stop trying to understand black people to end racism. That's not how you end racism. That's how you get an understanding. That's not how you end racism. That's just for your own edification. If you want to end racism, talk to your racist ass relatives. Talk to your racist ass friends and family. That's how you end racism. Black people don't perpetuate racism. And people always say, well, black people are racist. Really? What laws have black people made against white people? Name one law that a black man has written that targets white people. How many black people have been calling the police indiscriminately on white people for existing? Break it down for me. Explain to me the racist system that black people perpetuate. Somebody explain to me. When have black people targeted white people? When have black people lynched white people? When have black people burned down white homes? Burned down white cities? Somebody break it down for me. Make me understand. All this reverse racism. Break it down. Who has power? Now, through all of American history, white people have been in power, and they have been writing laws against black people. They made one law called the Casual Killing Act, basically meaning you can kill a black person. You won't be charged if you accidentally beat a black person to death. The Casual Killing Act. This is America. You motherfuckers sit there and you pretend like the shit didn't happen. Dude, I am about to cleanse my Facebook list. Because I'm tired of white folks who just act like the shit didn't happen. Who pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Yeah, your grandpa took my boots. See, that's the problem. This ain't hundreds and hundreds of years ago. That's the problem. You see, 1920s is when all the towns were being destroyed. 1960s when all those neighborhoods were destroyed. This is living memory. This ain't hundreds of years ago. This is your grandpa, Mr. White Man, that tore down those houses. You sit here and say, pull yourself by your bootstraps. I did it on my own. You inherited your grandpa's house. Your grandpa burned down my grandpa's house. And then you got the nerve to tell me, stop claiming victim. Fuck you and your grandpa. How about that? I'm so tired of this shit. And this don't claim victim. For a white person to tell a black person to not claim victim is like the Catholic Church telling an altar boy stop claiming victim. Come on. Stop claiming victim after 400 years of victimization. Stop claiming victim. Fuck you. Stop claiming victim is what the pedophile says to his victim. Stop claiming victim. They don't want you to say nothing about what they did. You ever notice pedophiles say, don't tell nobody? Anybody who's ever been touched by a pedophile, when they finally come out, they say, he told me if I say something, they're going to hurt so-and-so. Yeah, they don't want you to talk about it. Just like white folks don't want you to talk about American history. Unless you're talking about Patrick Henry saying, give me liberty or give me death. Y'all better pay attention. I know these rants sound bad. Oh, he don't like white people. Oh, I love white people. Not all of them, but I don't love all black people either. I have some of the best friends in white society. Oh, I got friends I can call right now. I can hang up this phone right now and call and say, hey, bro, I need some help. My white friends, hey, I'm packing and on my motherfucking way with legal guns. I got black friends the same way. Hey, I need some help. On their way with legal guns. I'm packing and I'm on my way. I ain't got a problem like that. My problem is the people who pretend the shit ain't happening the way it's happening. The people who pretend that American history is all shiny and clean. And they pretend that they made themselves, they got to where they are on their own laurels, and everyone else needs to just pull themselves up by their bootstraps. Well, 400 years of holding people back makes the bootstraps hard to grab. And like I say, people will tell you, you control your own destiny. You do. You control your own destiny. You do. But let's not pretend that the past has no impact on the present. Because it does. Although I control my own destiny, it's a whole lot harder since my grandfather's destiny was snatched from him. See, my grandfather controlled his own destiny too until white folks came and burned down his fucking town. Now my destiny is screwed because I got to start from scratch because my grandfather couldn't leave me nothing. But my father had some, but white folks came and tore down his neighborhood. So my father couldn't leave me nothing. So now I'm pulling myself up by my own bootstraps. You guys understand what I'm saying? Whereas ain't nobody destroy your grandpa's shit and your father's shit, so your shit is still intact. They was able to send you to college by putting a loan on the house because they have property, they have ways to get money. But we all act like that history doesn't matter right now. It does. If history didn't matter, why y'all keep bringing up these politicians' history? I'm just saying, I see these people, these Republicans bring up Joe Biden in the 60s. Joe Biden in the 60s was against integration. So was your grandpa. What the fuck is you talking about? Joe Biden was against integration in the 60s. Yeah, but you want to ignore the fact that all the black neighborhoods got burned down in the 60s. Nobody wants to talk about that. Or get not burned down, tore down to make highways. You know, that's my problem. You go back to the past when it's convenient. When it's for you. But you ignore the past when it demonizes you. I keep hearing people say that black people are the biggest thieves. I see this on Facebook all the time. Black people are the biggest criminals, biggest thieves. But black people didn't steal a whole country. They didn't. Black people didn't come and burn down whole towns. Black people didn't tear down whole neighborhoods. So before you start blaming other people for criminality, you need to look at your own people. And what's sad, the worst part about all of it is, we're just fucking spirits occupying a body as a vehicle to transverse the third dimension. That's it. These bodies don't mean shit. We only gonna have them for what, 40 to 80 years, depending on how you live your life, maybe 120 if you're lucky. But you're gonna get rid of them, come with another body, and you know what? Half you motherfuckers gonna be a different color and a different race in the same motherfucking trap that you set up for another color, another race. Fucking stupid. Look, I gotta get out of here. We'll talk to you later. See you guys later. Peace.